Today, we are going to be discussing why the best feature to ever come to a Pokemon game was removed. And no, I'm not talking about mass releasing, but Pokemon, please, if I have to release one more Sprigatito in search of the shiny, I am going to go crazy. So let's dive in and discuss why Pokemon removed Megas. How's everyone going? My name's Chad Pat, and before we jump straight into it today, I just want to remind you all, if you do enjoy my content, make sure you leave a like and hit that subscribe button if you're new, and why not stop by and say hello in one of my streams. I stream Pokemon almost every single day. Megas were added into Pokemon X and Y as a solution to stop Pokemon battles from becoming bland. Before Megas, battles within games never changed. As a result, the excitement for new games was purely due to the addition of new Pokemon. But as more generations were released, the number of new Pokemon were reduced, and as a result, Megas were created in order to completely change the way Pokemon was played. It is no shock why Megas became such a loved feature. They completely changed the look, type, stats, and even abilities of Pokemon. But why were they removed? Megas were the first of many Pokemon gimmicks, which incorporated a new way to play while also fitting to the lore of a new region. Although it's easy to say Megas were removed as Pokemon wanted to make a new gimmick every generation, this was not the case back in X and Y. See, Megas were the first of the gimmicks, and to this day are still the only gimmick to make its way into a remake when Megas returned in Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire. So at the time, it appeared that Pokemon wanted Megas to stay. However, this was not the case. I truly believe Megas were a feature Pokemon planned to include in every future Pokemon game, but this was later changed as it would also create the downfall of Pokemon. I know what you're thinking, how could the most loved feature ruin future games? Well, that's because Megas would become the exact same thing they were made to destroy. If Megas were included in every Pokemon game, eventually there would be too many Mega Pokemon to count, and the game would still have the same problem of battles becoming stale. And since Megas were never removed, adding a new gimmick to change this on top of Megas would have provided another challenge. For this reason, Megas were removed in Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire, and Pokemon decided to make a new gimmick every generation in order to stop Pokemon games from becoming bland. Well, it's easy to argue and complain with Pokemon for not bringing back Mega Pokemon, but if you really sit down and think about it, would Pokemon really be as good as it is today if Megas were the only feature and returned every single generation? I honestly think Pokemon doesn't get enough credit for what they've done in order to keep Pokemon games fun and entertaining. Before Generation 6, the only new thing that was ever added to a Pokemon game was Pokemon and a region. Other than that, Pokemon games never changed. Battling was always the same. Thanks to the inclusion of gimmicks in Generation 6, this was changed for the better. Players were able to play the game they've grown up and loved for years, while also experiencing a new adventure and a new battling style. Without a doubt, Megas are the best gimmick to ever come to a Pokemon game. While they may not return in future Pokemon games, they are the reason Pokemon games still exist to this day. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, make sure you leave a like. Let me know in the comments down below what is your favorite gimmick, and I'll see you all in my next one.